Welcome guys to the OPSRACE training program, and we are discussing about Git. So up till now everything we did was on the local repository or the local system. Nothing was added to the remote repository. So let's create a repository on GitHub, and then we will push all the changes to the GitHub. Okay, so this is here. We're gonna create a new repository. So let's create a new repository. I'm gonna call it first Git. Okay, and it's available, so we'll make it public so it's accessible. We don't want anything else here, so we'll create a repository. Now our first repository is created, and here they are telling us like how can we connect this remote repository on the GitHub with our local repository. So yeah, create a new repository on the command line. So they are telling us like do the init, make all the commits. So we want this step here. We want to basically connect a remote repository by this technique. Let's issue this command and see if there is any problem. Okay, so I'm gonna paste the command. This is now linked with the remote repository. Okay, here we have branch master. If we look at here, it is telling us how can we push our branch. So we just gonna change the branch name here. So I'm going to paste the command, and instead of main I will use master. Let's push this, and okay, the code is pushed to the remote repository. Let's look at the remote part here. I'm going to refresh this. Yeah, let's refresh this. Voila, we have all the changes that we have made here. We can also, so we just push a master branch and not the other branch. So we can look here at the commits. So we can see first, second, third and fourth, all the commits are here, and we have only one branch that is pushed. Let's push the other branch as well. Use the same command, and we have a branch feature 1. Let's push that as well. Okay, this branch is also pushed. If we look at here, we can have reload. So we have got our feature 1 branch as well. If we look at here, it says 2 branches, so we can look at what is in the branch. So now anyone else can check out this code. If they have access to make the changes, they would be able to make the changes. So multiple developers who are working remotely, they can utilize this repository. So this GitHub is, you can say, it's a server which hosts a repository for us. Okay, so here let's get back here. So we have these 2 files. This is local structure. Here is the staging area, where we whatever change we have, we can stage it here. Local repo will have the graph. So local repository will have a.txt, b.txt, and when we try to push this, so here we will have remote repository, and it will contain similar thing that we have in our system. So that's how we pushed our local repository to remote one. Let's commit something in the repository. We are currently on, let's make some change in the feature branch and then push the changes. Okay, so git checkout feature 1. So what do we have currently? So A, B, C, D, and now let's create E. We already have txt f. Here is the control X. Okay, git add f.txt, git sixth change. Okay, so this code is committed. What does that mean? That mean here the code is committed to the local repo, and when we will use the command push, so it will send it to the remote location. Git push. So it pushed our changes to the remote repository on GitHub. Let's refresh it. So I'm going to change the branch here. Here we can see we have the sixth change. Now our tree has grown, our tree has changed now. So we have Control T, a new change here. We're gonna call it C6, and this points to our previous portion, and this pointer is also moved. Now this pointer is pointing to this one, head is pointing to feature. Yeah, so this is the situation. Head is pointing to feature 1, feature 1 is pointing to the latest situation. Git log graph one line. So we can see here our master is here, whereas the feature 1 branch has made 2 commits, which is exactly the case. So feature has grown 2, made 2 more changes, 2 more nodes. Now we look at how can I check out this code. So here we can go there, it tells us like if you have HTTP, HTTPS. So I will copy this code and head back here. So we already have our code checkout at this location, but let me go one step back and let me create pull sample. Okay, and ct pull sample. Here I am in the new directory, so let's use the command git clone here, and we can, anyone else can use this command to clone the repository. If we look at the content, we get the so basically we have to go to the first git. This was the repository name. Now if we look at the content, so here are all the contents. We are in the master branch. So these are the content of the master branch. If we git check out feature 1, and if we look at the content, so now we can see the f.txt as well. So different developers are working on it. Let's say we will make a change to the existing file, and here is the 6th change and here is the 7th change. Okay, so we are making this change, control. So this, we can think of it like another developer is making change, or maybe the developer is using another system where he has made this change. And git add f.txt, it's added. Git commit -m, I think 7th change here, and then git push. So it will push the current changes that are staged or that are basically in the local repository. So the state of the local repository is pushed. So as we are in the feature 1 branch, so only feature 1 branch is pushed. Okay, now if we go back to first, I guess, yeah, no, let's go back one step and check. Okay, we need to go back one more. So let's go into the first cd first. So you can see here, this first basically represent first developer or one machine, and here we just created pull sample just to show you how can we pull the code. So that's why I created two folder, but both of them contain the same repository. So I will go to the first and I will look at the content. If I print the content of f.txt, so here is the 16. That means the change that was pushed is not available here. So I will just simply git pull, and it will pull all the changes from the remote repository and will apply on the local repository. So if I print the content of f.txt, we can see the change. So we pushed code from one folder or from one machine, or the code was pushed by one developer. It went to the remote repository, and on the other side another developer or the same developer on another machine or in another folder pulled those changes. So that's how the development happened. All the developer continuously keep pushing the code to the remote repository, whereas other developer can pull that code and see the changes what has happened, so that they are aligned, they will always have up to date code. So this is part of the continuous integration, where we are integrating our code continuously. All the developer has that code available to them. So let's conclude this lecture here and see you in the next lecture. Thank you. Bye.